welcome back to week 2 of math videos. Welcome to Algebra 1, lesson 6. You should be watching this on Monday of week 2. Let's get started. So first of all, we're talking about decimals. Every number has a decimal to it, whether or not that decimal is written. Because usually if there's no number after your decimal point, we don't write the decimal. We write it like this, 615. But it is actually understood that 615 does have that decimal point after it. Decimals could also be written as fractions. 61.23 could be written as 6,123. You just move your decimal point over to the side, and on the bottom of your fraction, you place your power of 10 with as many zeros as you had decimal places. So I had 2 decimal places, I have 2 zeros. Now, if I want you to turn your page in your book to page 24, oh, excuse me, not 24, 20. Open up your book to page 20. If you need to pause your video, go and grab that. I want you to look at that chart there. That shows you the name of the places in your numbers. Your digits in each number have a name for their place. You need to learn the names of each place. So spend a little time studying this chart. Notice that in the middle of this chart, in the middle of page 20, you have your decimal point. To the left of that decimal point, you have the tens place, the ones place, tens place, hundreds place, so on and so forth. But to the right of it, you have your decimals, and it starts with the tenths place. So the very first place after your decimal is the tenths place. So that's the same as 10, but you add a th onto the end of it, tenths place. Next you have your hundredths place, then the thousandths place, 10,000ths place, and the 100,000ths place. These can each be written as a decimal or as a fraction. So you see it there on your chart written as a fraction. The tenths place as a decimal looks like this. Tenths, because it's your first place. Hundredths place, right there, the second one. Thousandths place, the third one. 10,000ths place, the fourth one. And so on and so forth. That's how your decimals go if you feel unfamiliar with those. Okay? We are going to now be talking about reading decimals. To help you to read decimals, it can be helpful to put commas into your decimals so that you know better how to read it. But we don't typically write commas in our decimals. This is just for helping you to read. So I'm going to look at this and see, normally with a number, I would say 1, 2, 3, comma. Well, I don't need a comma there because my non-zero digits, there's only 3 of them. So I would read it just as it is, 416. Now, I need to read, after I read the number just as if it were a normal number, not behind a decimal, now after I've read that number, I need to finish it by saying the name of the place that the last digit is in. So I need to figure out what place this is. This is the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millionths, 10 millionths. So this is 416 10 millionths. Here I have 1, 2, 3, comma. Help me read it. 3,102, but now I need to know tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millionths. So this is 3,102 millionths. Let me try this one. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. So 10,705,014, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. So 10,705,014 hundred millionths. And that would be your the name of your number. Now what about if you have a number in front of your decimal? Well, first of all, we need to put our commas into our number because it's missing them. So we're going to put our commas in. We're also going to put commas into our decimal so it makes it easier to read. So I'm going to count from my decimal point, 1, 2, 3, and put in my comma. 1, 2, 3, put in my comma. Then back here, starting here, 1, 2, 3, put in my comma. Now I'll read my number, 4,165,283, and then when I get to my decimal point, I read that as and. So 4,165,283 and 61,805 tenths, hundreds, thousands, ten thousands, hundred thousands. So 61,805 hundred thousandths. Now let's do another one. 7,324, my comma there, my comma in there. 62,582. 1, 2, or tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So my last digit is in the 10 millions place. So I would read it like this. 7,324 and 62,582. Oh, I forgot already. 10 millions, I think, was what it was. Okay, if I'm wrong, sorry. So that's how you read these. So you need to practice those. Over here we have some more for you to practice with. This would be 413. What's that digit? Thousands, that's right. So 413 thousandths. Here I have, I'll put a comma in there so I can read my number a little bit easier. 41,301 hundreds, tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. So 41,301 millionths. This one, I put my comma in there. 70,265. This one would be hundred thousandths. 70,265 hundred thousandths. Here I don't need a comma. I just know that this is tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10 thousandths. So this is 412 10 thousandths. Down here, I read these again by putting in my comma. I'm going to put a comma into my decimal places, so it makes it easier to read, but you don't normally write it like that. I read this one as 40, excuse me, I didn't put the comma in the right spot. There we go. 4,165 and 162 10 thousandths. And this one is 7,108,021,578 tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10 thousands, 100 thousandths. Okay, see you in part 2 for the rest of the lesson.